In this video, we will name the player who should start as England's number 10.
The whole country will be clamouring for him though. He's like the 2020 Euros on it. Like,
I will be.
I'll love him as well.
Grealish flags on every lamp.
Outside every shop precinct in the country.
Say you had to pick now, like you're picking an England team to play in a final. Are you seriously going to leave Phil Foden out in favour of Eberechi Eze?
Right, today.
Today, yeah.
I have this thing with Cole Palmer where I don't get it. Like,
really?
Yeah, I get numbers, I get goals and assists.
No, just watch him, man. He's
no, it's right.
beautiful.
No.
Declan Rice is a better player than Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
He really is, honestly.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to WHFC, brought to you by Final One Standing, football's ultimate free-to-play eliminator game. On this episode, we're playing a game of Final One Standing to work out who should start as England's number 10. We'll start with, do you think it's more likely to be Jack Grealish or Morgan Rogers?
Oh, I don't think Jack Grealish has got a chance. I think he'll have big vibes behind him, which, as is the Jack Grealish way, of course. I think there'll be that late clamour to get him in there. But he doesn't even play 10 for Everton. If you can't play 10 for Everton, then you're probably not good enough to do it for your national team.
Yeah, I think that's probably correct. On this particular debate, how highly do you rate Morgan Rogers, Tom?
Rogers is great. I mean, he started the season poor. I think Rogers and Bellingham are very similar players. I think Bellingham's done it on a higher stage at the minute, but I don't see much difference between those two, if I'm being honest. But that debate is Rogers, definitely.
Yeah. I agree with that. Rogers is a bit more about him. With Grealish, though, if he could pick up some form centrally, ideally, I think that type of character, someone that's won stuff, been disregarded after winning stuff, that sort of a character when England are on the cusp of finishing off what over the last few tournaments has been nearly men. That sort of character can help you along the way, but really and truly, Morgan Rogers is the one that added to.
The whole country will be clamouring for him though. He's like the 2020 Euros on it. Like,
I will be.
I'll love him as well.
Grealish flags on every lamp. Outside every shop precinct in the country.
I will be. Not necessarily in this position. In this particular debate, I think the answer is Morgan Rogers, but I certainly think that Thomas Tuchel should be making room in his squad for Jack Grealish.
I think Grealish has got a chance.
He's the governor. I love him.
I think he's got not in the 10, definitely not in the 10. No. I think he's got a chance of making the squad. I think Tuchel's trying to like prod him a bit and like, no, I'm not picking.
Just keep him hungry.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I hope so. But were you
Paul wants to say
something, right?
No, but it goes back to it of like if you're gonna, he doesn't play there. If you're gonna not pick better players for that position because they don't play there, why would you pick a player who doesn't play as well in that position?
So in this particular debate, Jack Grealish versus Morgan Rogers, unanimous Morgan Rogers, which means this is trickier. Morgan Rogers versus Eberechi Eze.
It's there to be taken this season, I think, for both of them. Eze recently with Odegaard hasn't grasped that position and made it his own, and we're still waiting on Odegaard to come back in. But he's got all the qualities you need. He's a big moments player, and I think you need that again in winning squads in international teams. You need someone that in those moments can pull up and finish it when you think a finish isn't on the cards. I think Eze's got that over Morgan Rogers, but I do think Morgan Rogers this season has been, has found the higher peak.
But Eze can win you a game.
I think Eze's more brilliant, isn't he? Yeah. I think Eze's got that. You know what he did for Crystal Palace, sort of gliding around Wembley, winning them their first ever trophy, beating Pep Guardiola. It felt like he was a superstar in the making. I feel like he is, overall in like a really basic way. I feel like Eberechi Eze is a better player, and I would be inclined to pick him.
Yeah. He can go missing though.
International football is different to club as well. It's less tactical, so you'd expect a bit more end-to-end stuff, open space to run into, and I think that suits Eze more than a Rogers. I like Rogers. But I think Eze can go missing, but he can also pop up when you least expect him to.
Name me a number 10 who doesn't go
missing. It's part of it.
That's true. What happens. You flit in and out of games. It's that when you flit into the game, are you having an impact? And I think Eze's great. I really, really do. I mean, the question is, though, would you rather have him in a 10? For Arsenal, would you have him in a 10 or would you have him wide? And that might...
Going in, I said central. I see him as a central player, someone that can glide one way, glide the other way, but he hasn't proven it in that position yet. And I'm leaning more towards left wing now.
Have you been a bit disappointed with him?
No.
Not yet.
No. It's all in the tactics had to change, and I don't think we finalised that final third, the transition into the final third, our chance creation. I think that plays against him.
He means he doesn't take the corners. He's not big enough to head them in.
Well, we're sorted in that. I mean, I won't throw the ball. You know what I need from him? Who was it? Doku against Liverpool. That drop of the shoulder, inside finish. I need that from Eze.
I think it's easier for you to not be too flat on his performances so far because you're winning games. Like if you weren't winning games, you'd probably be going winning more from Eze. So if Liverpool were winning game after game, there probably wouldn't be this focus on Florian Wirtz. But because you're not winning games, you're looking to your £100 million player.
Football, the game.
But out of these two, I mean, my vote here, let's do it in a democratic way. I'll go Eberechi Eze over Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, don't matter what I think. I'd go Rodgers.
Okay. 3-1, which means Eberechi Eze progresses.
Dirty Villa.
Right, Eberechi Eze versus Phil Foden. This is tougher.
Oh, God.
This is tougher. I'm inclined to say that Phil Foden's track record.
It's Foden.
At what point does it not become Foden anymore? Because I love Foden. But Tom, you and I were in Germany together.
Yeah.
We were constantly saying, England are going to win this game because of Phil Foden. Today's the day that Phil Foden comes alive. Today is the moment. The spark will be lit. The song will be sung.
Still waiting.
And it never happened. And he's barely had a good game since then. That was a long time ago. Lots changed since then, mate.
I think you've convinced me, actually. I was only... It's just I just love Foden, but yeah, he's not the same player, is he?
The player that he was. Do you remember when he
He's
was
really not the same player.
rifling in goals? From edge of the box, pinging them in.
Player of the year, PFA Player of the Year. Like,
But he was very good at being like the fourth best player in the Man City side.
no, we weren't that year. That's unfair.
No, I mean generally speaking. But there's a freedom when you've got Kevin De Bruyne playing alongside, and you've got a bunch of other lads. What I mean, I'm not saying you can go and be the best player in the season, absolutely. But the pressure was never on him to be the main man. And I think when he plays for England, everyone goes, "Go on then, mate, off you pop, go on, show us what you can do."
100%. I mean, like one of the things that I was furious with Gareth Southgate for the vast majority of that tournament. But I was like, he's got to make a decision here. It's Foden or Bellingham, and he has to be brave enough. You can't crowbar both into the same side.
But is Foden a 10? Because I don't know. To this day, listen, I think both on top form, I'd probably lean to Foden, right? Like you said, his big moments are bigger moments.
On 6 league titles, same amount as Chelsea. Do you know what I mean?
But what's his position?
For context, same amount as Chelsea.
But what is his position? Because Pep hasn't even favoured him in the 10. Even when De Bruyne's been out over the years, or now De Bruyne's gone, he's looking for alternatives there.
At another club, a club with less riches than Manchester City, I think he would be a 10. I think other teams would build their side around.
There's got to be a reason Pep hasn't just persevered with that, though. He's not. He's not.
But you know, if you're not good enough to play for Man City as a 10, it doesn't mean you're not good enough to play for England as a 10.
But I think it does at the minute with England and the players we've got. I think that does. Maybe. This isn't City of 3 years ago and England of 10 years ago. I think with the competition, Foden should be starting for Man City. If he needs to be starting for England, I think it does.
Big season for him because I think we've given him a lot of grace. But we saw him recently scored a blinder against Borussia Dortmund.
He's been better this season. He has been better.
Just needs to be even better.
But again, like Paul said, in fairness, Haaland's been the main man, hasn't he? So maybe Foden just likes that second-hand role.
Yeah. Out of these two then, Eberechi Eze or Phil Foden?
I think you've convinced me now. I'll go Eze. At the minute, he's just...
Do you know, I'd be inclined to say Eze as well, but then I just think 6 titles... including a treble.
I know, so is John Terry, but I wouldn't pick him now.
No, but six is a joke, isn't it?
Terry and Adams together.
Six, he's amazing. Scholes has got how many?
How many did
he's 6 and he's got 6 titles and he's 26.
He's not the same player.
Carson got from that as well.
He's not the same player, is he, Raw? Like, he's just not.
He should. Phil Foden is the perfect example of what England do time and time again, where you go, well, he's the bigger name, he's got the trophies, he's played in the bigger games.
Yeah.
And then you've got Eze, who hasn't quite... Now that he's at Arsenal, it kind of levels that playing field up a little bit, of course. But yeah, where you go, you favour this because of all those other factors. That's how he plays for the team. And on paper, it should be Foden, but...
I agree with that. But again, I talked about club football, even international. That, what was it, 2021 tournament? It was meant to be his tournament.
He's never played well for England.
He come out the side there, and since then hasn't grasped a position in England either. So
okay... I agree, but say you had to pick now, like you're picking an England team to play in a final. Are you seriously going to leave Phil Foden out in favour of Eberechi Eze?
Right, today,
yeah.
I think so.
See, that's where I feel like we can have the discussion and we can like wax lyrical about the brilliance of Eberechi Eze, and you can talk about
even at Foden's very, very best, he still didn't do it for England.
No.
Even when he was the
you're
best
right.
player in the Premier League, he went to Germany and stunk it up.
I agree.
And Eze's won games for a team that isn't.
Yeah,
You know,
silverware.
absolutely.
very recently. Like,
He's the fresher option.
I feel like I just have to vote, and I'm sure it's nostalgia or whatever else. But
yeah, you've been silly, here, really silly.
I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for
You remember in Dortmund what we were saying. Just think of that. Think of the interviews we did.
I know
how stupid we looked.
The whole end as well.
And I know you're
singing
used
about
to that,
starting a
but,
fire.
like-
Yeah, I know. Dragged you down. Dragged you down to my level. You didn't deserve that.
I know.
I'm still gonna vote Phil Foden, but let's put it to the vote.
Eze.
Foden, but Eze progresses, which now means it's Eberechi Eze versus Cole Palmer, and now there is only one winner, right?
Shocking that you.
No,
think
but
that.
in a non-biased way, I will remove all tribalism. Cole Palmer is the closest thing that we've had at the club since Eden Hazard, Gianfranco Zola, like Rudolph. Like it's that level of expectation.
You're not being biased. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, he's
Not at all.
he makes me feel about football the way that nobody's done since Eden Hazard. Picks the ball up and you're like, oh my God, what's he going to do next?
Yeah, I agree. But is that what Tuchel wants?
Trickier conversation. Does Tuchel want that? Possibly not. But if we're talking about Eberechi Eze versus Cole Palmer, we'll come on to Tuchel. If we keep it, Eze versus Palmer, I just don't think that there's even a conversation to be had, really, is there, Turkish?
Listen, Palmer on top form is my ideal profile for a 10. I'm not going to lie. Some of the things he does in that position, it's old school 10 like. But when you lean towards modern day systems, Tuchel, does he fit that? So preferably for me, it'd be a Cole Palmer profile. But then again, does he come back from injury the same player? In fact, he needs to come back from injury a different player to what he was going into this injury. Because let's not forget, for half a season last season, he didn't score for a while either. So he's got to bounce back not only from poor form, but from an injury on top of that poor form. And that could derail things.
Yeah, I would say that, when we've spoken before, and maybe we've talked about someone like Phil Foden who's never delivered for England, and we've been quite accurate, but harsh on that front. Every single time Cole Palmer is asked to deliver at the biggest stage, from when he was a kid playing for Man City, scoring goals for Man City in Europe, winning them a European trophy, scoring a goal for Man City against Arsenal at Wembley Stadium when he was a kid. Then you throw him in with England. Like England are playing in Berlin. England are playing in Berlin against a brilliant Spanish side. They put Cole Palmer on a pitch. He scores an amazing goal.
You forget the pass.
The pass into Watkins.
Yeah.
Pass into Watkins. The Club World Cup. Scoring in New York City to win. Like literally every single time this bloke has been given an opportunity to shine at the highest level, just grabs it with both hands and does it easily.
He'd be one of the first names on the sheet for me.
I think there's room in
Alongside Rice, Saka, Kane.
every single team, right? Now if we want to bring it onto system or whatever your system, Tuchel, however you want to play, you want wing backs, you want to have this like element of physicality, whatever you want. There is always room for a maverick throwback 1970s.
He does have that physicality as well, though. That I don't know what.
Yeah, he does.
I have this thing with Cole Palmer where I don't get it. Like,
really?
Yeah, I get numbers, I get goals and assists.
No, just watch him, man. He's
no, it's
beautiful.
right. No. But like, I've got this thing until I see him come back this season and do it again, because I think it's great when you've got this hot streak going. You've made this brilliant decision to leave Man City, and everyone went 50 million quid for a guy that Pep Guardiola doesn't want. Well, that's absolutely everyone laughed at that amount of money at the time. And he hit the ground running, and he did, and then it stopped working. And yeah, Club World Cup, but come on. But the reality is, if he can come back and hit the heights again, then cool.
Easy.
But it feels to me like he's hit the first major hurdle of his career, and that's a big test for him that comes next. But I do think he has the right amount of arrogance. It's like stupidity meets arrogance, and somewhere in the middle you find an absolute gem of a footballer that is everything England are looking for. And I think he could be that. Like, he's not going to be afraid of him. Not going to fall apart on the big stage.
I think he's this generation's
That's not
Gazza.
a great example, though, is it?
Great example as a footballer.
Yeah, I know.
Done the business for England.
Yeah, well, maybe he's this next generation's Matt Letizia. It's he's good. He's very, very good, and he absolutely could be the guy. But equally, I have a little fear that he might just be nothing.
But ideally, football does go.
When I say fear, I'd love it.
Ideally, football goes back in that direction where 10s are more that profile, though. That's what I'm waiting on. I want football to forget the systems and the physicality.
But that's what I think. I think every single system manager would still appreciate a maverick like Cole Palmer. Like, you just have to.
I think there's room. I think there's room in this team because we have like Saka's great, but he is a bit robotic. Is that fair to say? In terms
Saka's
of like
a great player,
like
but
Declan Rice, you know what you're going to get. We're very solid.
Someone has to
over
be
the
unpredictable in the 11, don't they?
Yeah.
There has to be an element of that unpredictability, and it's the best signing that Chelsea have made probably since Hazard in 2013. Probably since Hazard. Like the fact that, do you know he's on his way to West Ham? Like we got so lucky. He was on his way to West Ham. That move broke down. Paquetá going the other way. Cole Palmer would have gone to West Ham. Like we really lucked out. Best thing to happen to us for years. I love him, and we build a team around him. And any fear, probably the wrong word, that you have there, Paul, about whether he can actually do it consistently or become a great, I think he's totally on course for it. Like genuine greatness. Yeah. In terms of the
very
vote,
much in the minority with this
Time will
opinion.
tell.
in terms of the vote,
Time,
Cole Palmer versus Eberechi Eze.
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Which brings us on to the final round. Cole Palmer versus Jude Bellingham.
Easy.
Agreed.
I think it's easy.
Agreed. Very easy. Cole Palmer versus Jude Bellingham.
I constantly come in here and agree with Rory. It's not good for
I got
me.
no-
This is not.
I got no horse in this race.
Not a good look for you, mate.
I'll go Palmer. I don't see Bellingham as a 10. I think he's more of an 8. And I know since
I
he's
agree.
gone to Real, you know, his profile's changed up a little bit. False 9, 10, box crasher. I think everything about him screams 8. You know, and that side needs to come out of him a bit more. Maybe the bright lights has got to him a bit, being a goal scorer. He wants to be that profile now. But again, for me, the 10 profile isn't a box crasher. It doesn't need to be a physical specimen that can get up and down. It needs to be the guy you give it to when, you know, it's not working for you, but he pulls something out of the bag. And I think Palmer's more that guy to pull something out of the bag for Bellingham than vice versa. So
I
for
want to
me,
stand up and
Palmer.
clap.
You need them. You need them both in the same team.
Everything of
You need them both in the same team, don't you? Like I think ultimately,
Bellingham's
a great
a runner.
manager.
Yeah, good lad. Yeah, go on.
A great manager will
We've got
find a
Rice
way.
for that. We're fine.
I think Bellingham would certainly be in my England side, but I think to complement Cole Palmer, like, I love Bellingham.
I don't know how he fits
But
in. Then
can't he be the 8?
No.
Rice plays a bit deeper.
No way.
A midfield trio.
Declan Rice is an
Rice
8.
in there.
Declan Rice is a better player than Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
He really is. Honestly,
As an
honestly,
8.
Jude Bellingham. I don't.
As an 8
I
specifically.
just don't. He's like Turk said. He's a physical specimen. He was a 28-year-old at 16. He's great. He's quite clunky. Declan Rice is more technical. I think he gets about the pitch better. I think Bellingham's better in the final third. I think he can, like you say, he crashes the box, gets stuck. I don't know where people see Bellingham as this 10, this silky. I don't see.
I don't necessarily think it's silky. I think people.
He's like Morgan Rogers, just maybe done it a bit more at the minute.
But going as a kid to win the league.
I'd even say Rodgers is more silky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No disrespect. Bellingham's a better player, but Rodgers is a bit more.
But okay, I know you're going to say the Champions League.
It's a
he
moment,
was
man.
non-existent in the quarter-final, semi-final and final.
Won the league and the
that Real
European
Madrid
Cup in his
run.
first season, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's what I'm on about. But the Champions League run, he was nowhere to be seen in those 3 big games, both legs.
Yeah.
He had a great first season in the league, and like he was getting all these tap-ins or whatever. Or like honestly, and he's great at that. He does make 100 runs into the box. It's like I respect it, and I think he's a good player, Bellingham. But
Just
I
to
don't
go into
see
it,
this.
do you disagree with this? I know what we're
I
focusing
think
on here.
his mentality and his physical attributes are better than his technical attributes.
Right.
That I think people give him more credit than I see.
Although Tom, what we're
I don't
focusing
know.
on here, and I know what your answer is going to be here. We're focusing here. This question is about the 10, but just to go off that, do you not think that a potential England trio in the midfield could be Rice slightly deeper, Bellingham operating where you're thinking Rice would play?
No, because
with Cole
I
Palmer in
think
front?
yet again we're trying to change players to fit putting
Square pegs round holes.
pegs round holes again. Look, Declan Rice has been playing the 8, and he's arguably one of the best players in the league.
So would you
doing
have
it.
Jude Bellingham's not in your England side?
No, because
He's on the bench.
I'd have Palmer, Rice, and Wharton, whoever wants to play in the 6, or Anderson.
Bellingham on the bench.
So,
Yeah.
I've never been accused of having my finger on the pulse of what England fans think. This is wild.
Why?
Like, Jude Bellingham's just the best English player by a mile. Like,
He
by a
just isn't.
mile.
best or most productive? Like, what's it?
I just think he's done him like everything. He's the kind of player comes along and you just go, I'm really sorry to all these other lads who are like quite promising or whatever. You go, but unfortunately you've got the misfortune of being born in the same era as Jude Bellingham, so he goes in and everything else you kind of fit around. And I mean, look again, my finger isn't on the pulse of this at all, but Wow, I really just thought Jude Bellingham was the golden boy. Like,
did you see him at Anfield the other day? Like, he's
nowhere
to be seen.
Yeah,
like, he goes miss unless he gets these like late goals or he chips in with a goal. He is nowhere to be seen. He doesn't like run games or really affect games.
Yeah, that's because Liverpool absolutely play Real Madrid off the park. But let's not forget that particular element of it. But I think
you need him in there.
Man.
Paul, what would your England 3-man midfield be?
See, I'd be telling Rice to play the 6. I think he does a really good job at the 8, but because of that, I just think he's an exceptional 6. I think he's above anything else the country's got. And then I'd be building it around Bellingham. So what's the best platform for that? To make Jude Bellingham the main man of that midfield, whether it's 10 or it's the advanced state so you play 2, whatever you do. If that's Wharton or if you can do it with Cole Palmer, cool. But Bellingham's the main man.
Turkish, what would your trio in the midfield be?
My trio would be Rice, Bellingham, Palmer.
Rice, Bellingham, Palmer. And what, Rice at a 6?
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because that's what I was leaning towards. But then the balance of the team.
Balance,
and Tom's point about picking on form rather than reputation is important.
I think it limits Rice.
Balance-wise, he's right.
Tuchel loves Elliot Anderson as well. You can
I
see
just
that he
love
loves
Declan Rice getting about the pitch. I don't want him there stuck in that 6.
Do you know what it is? Balance.
He's also not that brilliant at like getting on the half turn and breaking lines. That ain't right. That's Wharton's game. That's. I just love Rice. I think he's a perfect 8.
Is it too extreme though? Even though what you're saying makes sense.
I'm aware no one agrees with me about Bellingham. I know that, but
I don't think it's quite as left field as you think.
And I do think he's brilliant. I just do want to make that clear. I think I personally think he's overrated.
But do you think there's a problem in actually the practicalities of it? It means that you go to a World Cup, you've got Jude Bellingham sitting on the bench.
Tough.
Just the noise that would come from that, the focus that would come from that. As soon as England go in 0-0 at half time, everyone's.
You know, the last Euros, right? He was lucky to even be on the pitch when he scored that overhead kick, right? Because he was so bad, like so bad.
Have you not made?
I don't think
having him on the pitch,
but I don't.
That's not the point.
Yeah, but other than that, he did nothing the whole tournament.
Yeah, but other than saving England's tournament, he.
So did Saka.
Skulls, Paul.
He scored the winner in the opening game.
That's what I'm on about. But he didn't save us. Like Saka saved us against Denmark. Watkins saved us. Like we can't just do one moment, then Bellingham has to play every game. Just because you come up with one great moment.
Is there a possibility that a better manager with a better system might just let good players play well and not have to save people though, and put in a player who's playing at the highest echelon?
Possibly, but my point is in that game, I don't think we would have had to be saved if Palmer was on the pitch because he'd have made something happen before that.
Like, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I just think that's just how I view. But I must admit, his mentality and stuff, he's a winner.
Yes.
I would be not against him playing because if Bellingham's on the pitch, I'd think right, we've got a winner.
Winning mentality.
Now. Yeah,
somebody who elevates the standards.
Winner, but at the same time, there was noise about how he exudes
why always me?
Yeah, like
and also
you can be a winner but not a leader, and I think that works
arrogance
against each other. If you're a winner and a leader, you're elite. But if you're a winner and when it's not going your way, you're kicking.
Yeah, are you a winner who drags people up to your level, or are you one that looks down and sneers at people for not getting to your level? Yeah.
Well, he's already had issues with Tuchel over this, hasn't he? Like, and I don't know how he.
Called him repulsive, didn't he?
I don't know how it would work with. If it was me...
And she's Tuchel's mother. She's known Thomas Tuchel all her life.
Yeah, 75 years old, labelling people repulsive.
And I'm not sure how my theory would work if Bellingham was on the bench. I'm not sure how that would go down.
No, it would cause so much drama. It would cause... Like, I'm not anti it.
So don't take him then, just don't take him.
But this is... Okay, let's go... But historically then, one of England's downfalls over great eras has been trying to fit in
That's what I mean.
Players.
It's like when we...
So are we doing it
like
again
instead of having Carrick and Lampard, we fit Gerrard in, didn't we? Just to make them feel...
Okay, so just to
if we're going
conclude,
to put subpar players in, then let's continue with this madness of not having Jude Bellingham.
Okay, so for the vote, Cole Palmer or Jude Bellingham in the 10? Tom?
Palmer.
Paul?
Jude Bellingham should be in that.
Turkish?
10 Palmer.
10 Palmer. There we go.
I did not think Palmer would win that.
Right, so there you have it. Cole Palmer should start as England's number 10 and is the episode's final one standing. But did we get it right? Let us know in the comments, and remember to click the link in the description to play Final One Standing. Thanks again for watching WHFC. If you want to watch us rank the greatest goal-scoring imports in Premier League history, click the video that's on screen now. And if you enjoyed the show, then please subscribe to the channel to never miss an episode. This show was brought to you by William Hill, 18+. Please gamble responsibly.